you don't know the exact point that Real Madrid has on the log, but you know the exact point that Chelsea has on the log. Otunde Young, welcome to the show, by the way. Okay, now. Okay, Today Young is here and Dami is also in there.
You never even talk, your voice don't dey
see na Dami won't betray me. Now Dami, in case you are wondering, who is Dami? Yes, Dami is the man that is responsible for our live streaming.
So if you don't stream live, Dami is the one that is doing hiccups.
Yes, and if you send comment and you not see your comment,
it's Dami.
If you send comment and you don't see your comment, it's still Dami. So everything, just put it on the table of Dami. By the way, Tunde Young, okay, yeah, it's okay now. You can use that mic. Okay, and is Premier League affiliation. Just stop supporting Real Madrid and just come and support the team in the Premier League. If it pay you like that. But Tunde Young, Man City are in trouble. We don't have much time because we've got a break locking. But I mean, it's been expected. You seem to have known this before even the news is out.
Yeah, it's been the biggest news in football today. Manchester City in trouble, and before I think we'll do justice to that by the time we come back from the break. But I would just like to point out that at this moment in time, both Manchester City and Real Madrid have the same amount of points. I know Okpe knows Manchester City's points because he knows that they are ahead of Chelsea by so.
No, I don't understand what you guys are trying to pull out. See, you don't have to force me to make that statement. But 53-45 is not so much of a big deal.
The point I'm trying to
53, 45, 42, 50, 49. I'm giving you the top 5 on the La Liga. So it's not like it's a big deal. I don't know.
Well, but Real Madrid will still be second in the Premier League.
But the most important thing is that Chelsea will be like 19th in La Liga.
That's the most important thing.
Okay, guys. Before we off light, let's go for a commercial break. Then when we come back, if you not hear whether it's Okpe voice, you don't hear. I mean, Studio Young, you not hear. Well, our last one just walked into the studio. Yes, it's our last one.
How dare you talk to Kaka plus Ronaldo
super skillful player
like that?
Super skillful player. Don't worry.
A luxury player.
Ola Fabale, calm down. You were fantastic on the field of play over the weekend. I mean, I've never seen someone as good as Ola on the field of play. But first, let's go for this commercial break. When we come back,
I didn't know your sarcasm game is this good.
Cruise live on Milan 98.3 FM. My name remains Triple O. I'm not alone in the studio. I've got Okpeyemi Akinyode right here in the studio. There's Tunde Young as well in the studio, and our superstar goalkeeper turned midfielder turned defender turned striker turned winger turned defensive midfielder turned register turned attacking midfielder turned left midfielder forward, right midfielder forward. Every position you know on the field of football, on the field of play, is what Ola plays. Ola is here, by the way. The camera, Ola, Alpha, you had a great game over the weekend. Do you want to tell me about it in 1 minute? In 60 seconds? I know you are more than...
We had a good game. Not we had a good game.
Who are we?
We had a good game.
Who are we?
The crew now, the photographer.
Who are we?
We had a good game.
Who are we? Okay. Your mic is on that.
We had a great game.
Wait.
Ola Triple saw all of us before he singled you out. How you single me out? You had a great game. And the one person does not bear we have come.
This is
we have come.
This is where I do get to have problem with Ola.
I said we had a great game. Let me describe somebody. Okay, we had a great game.
He doesn't want to take them out. I would
take them out. We had a great game.
No problem. But I just have to applaud Ola for the way he occupied a lot of space on the pitch. His ability to just fill up the spaces. We are not
professional. So wait, because someone could be listening and like, which game are we talking about? Are we talking about Chelsea? No. We are talking about Mainland FM. Yes, we played a game on Saturday, and Figo was there. We played against our sister company, Arkview. So, and we scored 2, but they scored more.
They scored 7. We scored 2. Maybe we're bragging here when we beat. I don't even know. How did Tunde Young manage to get in this team? I almost said when we beat Tunde Young. I forgot that he's also on the losing side this time around the game. So, very typical of Chelsea fans.
Rate your performance, Ola.
I can't rate myself. It's not
sorry, okay.
I can't rate myself.
Did you think from your own mindset, like with everything, were you proud of your performance?
What was I supposed to say? No, I was.
Okay, Ola.
I was proud of mine too.
Tunde.
Like both of them, I actually have shame. I didn't have a good game.
Were you Tunde? Were you proud of your last performance?
Where's the performance? It has to be a performance for me to be proud. Ola is a utility player.
He was even a ball boy at some point.
Who is useful at non-football related activities.
Okay. Were you proud of Okwe's performance?
No, everybody did not have a good game, but knowing what at least we have seen Okwe play well before. If you don't play well also at the moment, all I was still waiting for the day we play well.
Okay. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve.
No, I don't understand.
Okay, let me ask Okwe. Did Ola play well?
No, I don't understand why you're making it look like he's on this side. You were the worst player on the pitch that day. You overfed before you left the studio.
It doesn't make him the worst player.
Come on.
Because people decided to eat
noodles.
You have to be specific. I was very heavy. Just people was fed up. People was fed up before the match. He was overfed and he was fed up.
I did not have it. I mean, looking at what I saw from Ola and a couple of guys. Come on.
It's as if people forgot that the deadline for cash is February.
He almost
he lose all his money. Now before this money will become useless.
How am I supposed to go on the field with empty stomach?
If every player eats the way you ate just before a game,
just 1,000 noodles.
How much is a carton of noodles?
That's like 300 man size.
Okay, well, I don't eat so much. I just ate just a few. All right, then let's get back to talking sport. By the way, Sweet Yemi was there as well, and she didn't play. She was just there to witness us. And Figo,
capture everything.
They almost treat Figo naked. When I say Figo, I'm talking about Fuad Said, because I mean it was tough.
Which one was tough?
The game was tough.
Which one was tough?
Do you want to
No, see, we are going to say things the way they are.
You don't want me to come here to
say the things the way they are.
You want to rate Figo's performance?
The fact that you came out somewhere dirty does not mean you worked the most. The fact that they tore your jersey does not mean you play the most.
Okay.
But in the interest of peace and harmony, progress and development, people play well.
It was absolutely fantastic.
He was the man of the match for both sides.
It was great. Much in the same vein as as Ola, they put in superb performance.
Okay, guys, let's talk about.
This program is not live. It's recorded.
That's streaming, by the way. You can go to Facebook, just go to Mainland 90.3 FM. You will be able to watch us live. You can drop your comment right there as well. You can go to YouTube as well. Just go to Mainland 90.3 FM on YouTube. You can drop your comment live on YouTube as well. So yes, Manchester City, they are in trouble. We mentioned it before that break, and the Premier League has charged Manchester City with more than 100 breaches of its financial rules following a 4-year investigation. It has referred the club to an independent commission over alleged rules breaches between 2009 and 2018. It also accused City of not cooperating since the investigation started in December 2018. So what are the likely punishments for Manchester City? What's the toughest they can get, and what's the easiest they can get?
The toughest they can get is expulsion from the league. The easiest they can get is point deduction and a huge fine. And let me just say, it's not just FFP. FFP is part of it, but it's not just FFP. FFP is a UEFA initiative. So the FFP part of it is that City are allegedly faking their sponsorships, which I think anybody but Stevie Wonder could have seen that. There's just no way a club that got investment in 2009 is any more revenue than Manchester United. It's just not possible. It's just so
they're using their own money to sponsor themselves. Essentially,
what it was. That's what they have been. That's what they've been accused of. Anyway, this whole thing was started by by a Portuguese hacker. Can't remember his name now, but it was the one that reviewed.
I think I remember when that happened.
Yeah, it was the one that reviewed some document that then triggered the investigation. So the investigation has gone on for 4 years. But again, I want to reiterate, I don't think it's sensational. Yes, it's the biggest news of today, but I also don't think it's as serious as well blown as it comes across, because it took 4 years to even get this out. So it's going to take much longer for them to prove anything. So no ramifications are going to happen this season. Number two, City have enough money to keep this case in court for the next 10 years. So I can assure you that the
Arsenal fans that are thinking point deduction,
if you are thinking the ramifications with this is, I sincerely doubt it. I will be very shocked. In fact, if anything happens next season, in fact, I will be very surprised. But yeah, some of the other things that have been accused of illegally signing young players, as players under the age of 18 from foreign countries. People are no longer allowed to do that. Chelsea copped the ban for that, and we've seen several clubs get into trouble. See, that's why Real Madrid can sign Endrick but not bring him over until he's 18. But City have allegedly been doing that for. So the range of offences, it is so wide.
Over 100.
It's plenty. It is so wide that there's no way they didn't escape. There's no way they didn't do at least one of those things. It is just not possible that they've accused them over 100 things falsely. How do you go over 100 on accusations? It's not possible. I don't see how that's possible. So yes, it's not the issue is now proving what they did and what they did not do. Because as you say, 100 accusations, there's no way they couldn't have done one. 100 accusations, there's also a lot of accusations to prove. So if each will be treated as a different case, and each case, how typically the legal system works everywhere in the world. It is not the fastest thing. So like I said, who knows? Somebody can confess, somebody can put out a document that proves everything instantly. But for City, the biggest ramification of this is that on the moral ground, Pep Guardiola will most likely leave them, because he has said this before, and these are first that City are getting accused of shady stuff. Everybody knows their business is not entirely
as early as 2021,
and Pep has said multiple times that whatever happens, he always goes back to the club. Tell me what happens, tell me the truth, so I can defend the club. That he doesn't mind what has happened, but the minute the club lies to him and puts him in a situation where he's
the one that will face the presser,
puts him in a situation where he's defending them with his own reputation, because Pep is very particular about being the good guy and being on the right side of things. So defending them with his own reputation and all that, and it turns out that they had been lying to him and they were actually doing the things that they are accused of doing, he will quit immediately. So I think we are not very far away from seeing the Pep Guardiola leave Manchester City, even though he only just signed a new 3-year contract. I think this might be the straw that breaks the camel back, because he's a smart man. He knows there's no way they didn't do at least 1 or at least 10 or at least 50 or at least 70 of those 100 things that they've been accused of.
Okay, thank you very much, Tunde Young. Let me go to Okwe and let's talk about Manchester City against Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester City, Pep decided to rest Kelvin De Bruyne for that game. He decided to rest him for the game. Played Julian Alvarez right behind Erling Braut Haaland. According to him, it was a tactical decision. He also confirmed that Phil Foden was ill. That was why he did not play any part in the game. He wasn't even named on the bench for that game. And Erling Braut Haaland in the game did not have a single touch in the opposition box for the entirety of the game because he did not get services. And on the other side, for Tottenham Hotspur, Harry Kane, all-time goal scorer for Tottenham, valid win, important win, in as much as Tottenham and Arsenal are not really on when I say on good terms, like their rival, their fierce rivals. Tottenham also needed to win that game because Newcastle, draw points before they play their game against Manchester City. So, what do you make of all of these plots and subplots?
Well, just like Tunde Young said, I think this season is still going to go as smoothly as it can be, except of course before they came out to talk about this revelation, they've already had some of these cases decided already. Maybe it's just going to be a matter of, okay, on case 1 to 25 there's a fine already, there's point deduction, maybe games will be ordered for replay, which I think is not going to be possible, and there could be expulsion from the league as well. Those are the most likely punishment that Manchester City could get, but I don't think all of this old drama actually reflected on the game yesterday. Man City, yesterday was not the first game they were losing. That was the fourth game they were losing this season. They've lost at home 2 games already at the Etihad Stadium. In fact, they lost to Brentford before the World Cup break at home, and they've dropped point to Crystal Palace this season as well. They lost to Tottenham Hotspur. You talked about, I think we should start from Tottenham Hotspur first. They needed that win as much as they could. It was supposed to be a statement win for them. They've not done so badly against the team in the top 8 this season. I think Arsenal has been the only team so far that had done the double over them, and that's the first time since 2013 season. So it was a game they needed to win. Besides, Antonio Conte had been very healed, so all through the week he's not even been with them in training. They've had their assistant manager handling training, was even in Dogard yesterday. So it was a game that matched Tottenham Hotspur needed to. Besides, they were playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium,
where City haven't scored a goal.
Where City have not gotten a goal since Tottenham Hotspur moved to that stadium. So on the part of Manchester City, I don't know. I think the table had turned a little. I remember in this season, I think we were 4 or 5 times this season. We've had Arsenal playing catch up to Man City at different times, where Man City will play their early games, win, and Arsenal would have to also struggle and win. And after that, we'll be able to scale through most of those games with maximum points. But Arsenal dropping points to Everton yesterday, Manchester City knew that all they had to do was just to win, and then the points gap would be cut to 2 with the game in hand, and they flopped their lines. They played against the Tottenham Hotspur side. Tottenham Hotspur have been a little unpredictable this season. I remember, I think 2 days ago, we were having this conversation on the WhatsApp platform, and I said sometimes you don't even know the Tottenham Hotspur that is going to come up with you. One moment they are all blazing, they are scoring. Remember that game against Crystal Palace, where they played the first half goalless, and then within the space of 26 second half minute they defeated Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park Stadium. Crystal Palace won by 4 goals to nothing. So if you don't even know the Tottenham Hotspur that would come out and play, and we saw a Tottenham Hotspur that absolutely deserved that yesterday's win. You talked about Braut Haaland, and a lot of people had asked questions. Apart from his 25 goals a season, are Manchester City better with him on board, or you think it's just about him scoring the goals and Man City not necessarily getting the much point they could get? So you need to ask those questions. And again, he had come out to defend himself.
What's your opinion on that, by the way, before you move on? What's your opinion? Do you think City are a stronger side now with Haaland, or with Haaland their weaker side?
I think Haaland is in a wrong club, but with the right manager to make him to the next stage of his career. Now, this is what I mean. Remember when at the start of this season we said that if Man City does not win the Champions League, that Pep Guardiola should be sacked, tried, and jailed. Remember we made that statement. Because I feel that the missing puzzle in that Man City side is supposed to be Braut Haaland, but the goals have been coming in. But the question again is this: without Haaland, is it like something else cannot work with that Man City side? He had come out to say that it doesn't need to have all of the touches, in games. That if you get 5 touches and he scored 4, he's comfortable, he's okay, he's free, he's good. And then we saw how blanked out he was yesterday. He didn't have a single touch in the opposition box for the entire game. In fact, he didn't have a single shot on goal throughout that yesterday's game. And we've seen games also. Iran have not scored against some of the big teams this season. He had not scored against Chelsea. He had not scored against Liverpool. And now he had not scored against Tottenham. Well, they had to play Arsenal. He had scored against Manchester United in the Manchester derby. He scored an hat-trick in that particular game. So I don't know. I think he's under a good manager, but not necessarily under the best club when it comes to Manchester City, because it's difficult to explain that.
Is there any other club better than Manchester City in the Premier League that you would have suggested for Erling Braut Haaland?
Well, that's why I said he's under the right manager, but maybe not necessarily under the right club.
So it's not the manager that makes the club.
No.
What club is the right club for Haaland? What club is the right club for Haaland?
Maybe Barcelona.
Okay. Ola, let's talk about Sean Dyche, and I want you to match that also with Eze Mask, who has been fired as Leeds United coach. For Sean Dyche, Frank Lampard was fired, and they brought in Sean Dyche, a man that is proven in the English Premier League.
Arambola.
He is proven in the English Premier League. He knows his way around the English Premier League, and he was able to help Everton get that 1-0 win against Arsenal at the Goodison Park. And it wasn't just about all the 3 points. It was also about the character and the way and manner they dominated the table toppers, the Gunners, in that game. And for Eze Mask, he's been fired. So take it one by one. Start with Sean Dyche, then we go to Eze Mask.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sean Dyche. Let's start with Arteta's record at that Goodison Park. He has not gotten a win in that he has been a manager of Arsenal. He has not gotten a win in that stadium. And then looking at it, even before the match, I saw it coming that Arsenal might not get a win or even a draw in that stadium.
Well, I always seen it coming.
No, because even with records, Arteta have not gotten a win in that stadium before now. Even before on how to get a team to win games, mostly when they are in a tight corner, and he has proven that to the Arsenal side, the Everton side, like he knows on how to take teams from the relegation zone out of there and bring them back into not allowing them to go down. Then we saw what they did with the team. Iwobi stepping up very well. They marked man for man, get their point.
The pressing was on point. They suffocated the Gunners, forced them to make mistakes. And do you think he will keep them up?
I think he'll keep them up. He has done it before with Burnley. I think the last time he didn't do it was the last time he was relegated. The last time, and he has done it.
They fired him before they got relegated, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was obvious they were going to get relegated.
So they just had to let it go, and they brought in a manager.
But he has always done it for Burnley. Even those times they don't.
10 years.
10 years, they always escape that relegation. I think I can do Everton.
So let's talk about Eze Mask, the American coach. And the funny thing about this plot is that Weston McKennie, the American midfielder, left Juventus on loan to join Leeds United because of the American manager factor. We saw the same with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
We saw almost the same with Danjuma and Everton. Then when Frank Lampard got fired, he left. But the good thing about this is that it is a loan move.
Yeah.
So how do you think, if you were Weston McKennie, how would this affect you?
No, looking at McKennie, he's a professional, so he needs to come into the team and give what he has. He's a professional coming into the Leeds team, so he needs to do what he has come around to do to get his pay and play good football for the team. Any coach that's coming to that team, you shouldn't have an issue with that. Just go onto the field, do your best, and see what happens after the loan move. Probably it will be a permanent move, or probably can get another team that really gets you into their team, because what you are doing there at least is trying to show yourself to the world that yes, they probably want to leave Juve, want to go somewhere.
I mean, Juve are a bigger team than Leeds United in terms of pedigree, in terms of everything.
Yeah, but coming to Leeds,
it wasn't as if he didn't have his place at Juventus.
Yeah.
But it was the American coach factor that led him to. I mean, so we are being told that led him to joining Leeds United on loan But now the manager has been fired.
Well, I think the situation with Leeds is quite unfortunate. Just during this recently concluded transfer window, the board came to back him up heavily. I think they spent about £100 million to bring in about 4 players, and then they even gave him the assistant manager that he wanted. And 14 days after, he was already sacked. I think that's how cruel football can be. I mean,
you see, one thing you should always be wary of as a manager, once the board come out to give you that vote of confidence.
See, if there's no lack of confidence, there won't be need for vote of confidence. So the fact that the board had to come out and reiterate the fact that we support you, we show you as much as we can, it means that there are doubts, there are cracks already. And so no matter what Leeds United get at the end of the season, it's going to be a case of paper over cracks. And it didn't just start this season. Remember last season, they escaped relegation by the Whiskers, just 2 points. And in fact, they had to win 3 of their last 5 matches. No, 2 of their last 5 matches, 2 wins and a draw, and they needed the last match of the season before they stayed up. So I think for me is a situation with when, not if. I knew he was going to be sacked eventually. For Mackenzie, remember we all asked that question, that why would you leave a Champions League playing Juventus to come straight back? Unfortunately, the chaos he was avoiding at Juventus with the 15-point deduction and all of that, now he has come back again to Leeds. Now you have the manager that you feel it's a countryman, he needs you, want to build his team around you. Now he's been sacked. But the truth is this, the same thing we saw at Everton over the weekend. Don't take anything away from the victory of Everton. It was well deserved. They played with much purpose, they were more pressing, they were more determined. It shows that they wanted that match, but you cannot take away the place of the manager bounce. Let's just get that straight. When Lampard got to Everton also, there were flashes of brilliance. There were moments where you feel, Frank Lampard can actually do the magic at Everton. Maybe Chelsea were not really patient for him. We're beginning to wax lyrics at how good the Everton side is. By the end of the day, they capitulated, they fluffed their lines, and it was thrown out. Sean Dyche also, we know how prudent it could be, how frugal it could be with his defense. If he doesn't score you, he won't score him. If he scores you first, he closes the game. I think he's the master of packing balls game. But we saw that for Leeds, now we don't know where they're going from. But there were talks about bringing in their former manager, Marcelo Bielsa. But then a lot of the board members came out to talk about 20 minutes into this game that they want to move towards a new direction, and they're not looking at the direction of Marcelo Bielsa. Now they're beginning to look at other young managers.
West Bromwich Albion manager.
Yes, and West Brom is not doing so badly in the championship as well. But then will West Brom want to let go of a manager that is pushing them to automatic promotion ticket back to the Premier League? Those are the issues that we want to look at.
It's not about West Brom wanting. It's if the coach wants to go.
Well, the coach has a
managers will tell you they respect their contract with their clubs. It's not like nobody. You can't tell me 1 or 2 persons have not looked over their shoulder for Vincent Kompany. He's doing amazingly well with Burnley. In fact, they would most likely get promoted alongside Norwich as their regular suspect coming back to Premier League next season. But for Leeds, we don't know where they're going to see. Let's get something straight. Leeds have not played the worst brand of football in the Premier League this season. We've seen games where you feel like, wow, how are these teams managing to struggle? So there's a certain disconnect between the manager and the player, and I won't be surprised. Just like Nottingham Forest is great. In fact, in 2023, Nottingham Forest have picked the highest number of points, 11 points, even more than Manchester United with 10 points. So I won't be surprised if a new manager comes to Leeds and out of nowhere they just upturn the fortune of the club, and maybe they won't even fight for relegation this season. Okay. If players want a manager out, they know how to do it.
Okay, talking about players wanting a manager out and knowing how to do it, let's look at the relegation battle in the Premier League. A couple of weeks, Nottingham Forest, they made that 20th position their own before they eventually packed out of.
And now they want to throw Chelsea to that position.
No, don't do that.
Ow.
That's highly disrespectful. That's gross. That's unacceptable.
That's below the belt.
That's below the belt. That's not acceptable.
That's point deducting comment.
Yes.
It's funny you.
Not in the afterlife.
You were waxing jerseys about Real Madrid earlier in the show.
Should I go back in there?
Let's go back to it.
Let's go back to it. I don't even call Liverpool. You call him Chelsea.
Yes, that's the height of Liverpool.
I mean, Liverpool and Chelsea just take them out of.
Yeah, not one.
Now, Nottingham Forest 24 points, 13th on the log. Leicester City 21 points, 14th on the log. Wolverhampton Wanderers 15th on the log, 20 points. West Ham United 16th on the log, 19 points. Leeds United 17th on the log, 18 points. Everton 18th on the log, 18 points as well, but fewer goals difference advantage compared to that of Leeds United. Then Bournemouth, after 21 games, they are 19th on the log with 17 points, and Southampton, rock bottom, 20th on the log with 15 points. Give me your 3 teams that will not survive relegation in the English Premier League. The good thing about this is that we are streaming, and today's date is 6th of February 2023. The man I was going to attack is already laughing. So there's nothing like
Are you attacking?
We have you on record.
I didn't see that coming. I thought it was I was the one who wanted to talk about.
No. We have you on record. It's on video, not just audio. So you cannot deny. Ola.
I'm not in the studio.
No, you are streaming live. By the way, we are streaming live. Go to Facebook. You can watch us live and drop your comment there. I see a couple of comments already. Just go there. Mainland 90.3 FM on Facebook. Like Mainland 90.3 FM's page on Facebook. Also turn on the notification bell so that whenever we are streaming live, whenever we go live on Facebook, you can also get the notification to join us so you don't get to miss out on anything right here. So you can also share. Yes, you should share so that you don't just enjoy the show alone. Your friends also can get to enjoy the show. So just go to Mainland 90.3 FM on Facebook and drop your comment right there. You can also go to Twitter. We are at Mainland FM on Twitter. Go there, follow us on Twitter. Exciting content we've got for you right there on YouTube as well. Mainland 90.3 FM on YouTube. We are currently streaming. I see a couple of comments as well. I will come back to those comments. Just keep them pouring. And of course, the number to dial is the magic number 0913 600 0410 0913 600 0410 0913 600 0410. You can call that number. You can send me a text message via that number on WhatsApp or via SMS. So guys, again, your 3 teams that will fail to beat the relegation drop in the Premier League for this season. Who is going first? Okay,
let me go first. Looking at the teams that are in the relegation zone. Last season I predicted Leeds United to go down, but they didn't go down. I think this season they are going down. I'm looking at them.
You mean
Leeds United? Because last season I was expected to go down. I would escape that relegation.
So
this season
United
they must go. So Leeds should be going down. For Southampton will follow, and Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth will go down. Bournemouth, Southampton, and Leeds United. Nottingham Forest will escape that relegation.
So Southampton, Leeds United, and Bournemouth for Olaoluwa Oni. I'm not wait.
I'm not talking about Onachu. I don't know why he came to the reason why he came to Southampton. I don't know.
See,
because he'll be going down.
It's the Premier League now. I want you to do it like this. This is how I want you to do it, and you do what I ask you to do.
18, 19, 20.
No. Call your name. And say this.
Olaoluwa
Oni.
Thereby, she declared predict that Leeds United, Bournemouth, and Southampton will be going back to the championship.
Okay, thank you very much. Okoyemi Akinyode, who are your 3 teams that will fail to beat the drop in the Premier League this season?
See, I'm going to pick my top 3. But then I also want us to know that between the team that is 14th position, which is Leicester City, and Southampton that is 20th, that just 5 points separating them. 14 and 21. I'm just saying 14 and 21. So I just have to put that perspective so that one win, and some of those teams are played fewer games more than the other. Like Leeds, they played only 20 matches. Is all the other teams are played. So for me, I think we all need to put it in there. Everton will go down.
Okay,
this will not sound well, but Everton will go down.
Give me the second team.
I feel they've been in a bad place enough. Chondaj could do his magic. I may be proven wrong, but Everton will. Leicester City as well. Leeds, I would just want to keep them on the edge, depending on whatever manager they bring up on board. Because, like I said, the gap is not so wide, and even just need to check over their shoulders as it is now. But for me,
the point is far.
Okay,
you cannot meet.
You give me Everton. Give me the second team and the third team.
I said Everton, Leicester City, and the person that always keeps Southampton safe have been fired, and it doesn't look like that magic will change.
So Jones.
Southampton should join them.
So again, please.
Southampton, Everton, and Leicester City.
Okay, call your name.
Mr. Controversial Opeyemi Akinade.
No, obviously I want it to be on record so that the whole of Lagos and even beyond can get to know. So we can hold you by your shirt when it did not.
Is there a prize money? If I get the 3 calls accurate, is there any prize?
I can shock you. I can shock you.
Don't shock me. Don't shock me. It doesn't want you drag us.
I'll do like Figo.
No. Don't leave that one. Don't go there.
Okay, so let's talk about this new story making the rounds concerning the FIFA referees committee president Pierluigi Collina. He believes that live communication of video assistant referee related decisions to the public will help fans to gain a better understanding of the technology. The International Football Association Board, IFAB, agreed at their annual meeting on the 18th of January that VAR related decisions both at the stadium and via TV broadcast would be explained to the public for 12 months on a trial basis across international competition. So there are also stories regarding there are also talks, I should say, regarding the implementation of that live communication at the Under-20 World Cup, which will take place in Indonesia in May. That one we hear is currently under discussion. So okay, you would like to hear the communication of VAR related decisions live on TV?
I don't think I'm interested. I've never really been a fan of bringing too much technology into football. I've always felt football is a sport played by humans, and human beings are open to mistakes, as much as some of the mistakes could cost a lot, but then it's part of it. And the funny thing is that this season, after the World Cup, before the season recommenced, I mean, there were a lot of analysis that were brought up, and about 6 major decisions have been being made by the VAR this season, especially that goal between Arsenal and Manchester United. We call that particular foul on Eriksen. I mean, there have been all of those calls. Don't forget that the VAR does not work on autopilot. It is human beings that are managing the VAR. So you are using human beings to correct the errors of another human being. It doesn't make sense to me. So football is spontaneous. The excitement of when you score a goal and then you want to pull up, you want to get into the audience, you want to enjoy the moment, and then you score a goal and then you are waiting for like 3 minutes. You are hoping that the referee will not call off the game or the goal will not be ruled off for offside. It kills the excitement of the game. Now there's verbal communication which will be communicated to everybody. It just takes a lot of, you use 120 minutes to play a game of 90 minutes, and I don't know. We have goal line technology already. We have 4 officials. It's not perfect.
Goal line technology has been perfect.
Has it been perfect?
Yes, it doesn't take time. It's just a bit.
So what do you need? We have VAR. There's still controversy around VAR. Now you want to have audio VAR communication. There's still going to be a lot of controversy.
So you are not in support of it?
I think we've had too much technology into football. Okay. I think we should allow this game to flow.
Ola, do you support?
I think I support Opeyemi, what they said. We should allow the game to flow. It's technology in football is damaging the image of football more than it's mending it. I think we need to work on it. We don't need much of technology in football. And even with the time 90 minutes, we will still use about 20 minutes to play a game of 90 minutes, and that is far too much for me. Even at the World Cup, it was not easy for me to adapt to those longer time, 30 minutes
additional time. No.
Okay, guys, before we go to the phone lines, Ola Anokwe disagrees, even though I feel indifferent about it. I feel let's know who is responsible for the error. Let's know that man that you say it is not a goal. That man that you see something else. What
would you do to them?
We will know who to blame.
You only expose some of the officials to unnecessary
and more reason why they will become more serious in doing their job.
Depends. Okay. The referee is a human being. The match officials, the VAR officials are also human beings. So you are trying to tell me that the people behind the VAR are more intelligent than the center referees. Now we are even hearing talks that maybe robots would even take over officiating in football.
Okay.
We are bringing in too much technologies into a game participated by men.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Your name and location.
My name is Greatness, calling you guys from Abara.
Welcome, Greatness. Your team, Manchester City, seems to be in trouble.
No, we're not in trouble, but I want to address one thing. They want to fight us. This is where they fight Chelsea. They tried doing it. I knew what Mubarak did to them and check. They showed it. This is our money. Why is it my own money, Kuma? You won't continue as our own country spender. Why are they like this? If you want to spend, you understand? So where I'm going, it's like, is it up there that say that Haaland went to a wrong club? A club for the past 5 years have been winning Premier League with the most points. A club that has players that someone like the one that keep giving 18-20 assists in every season. A club that have a lot of creative players. I thought Haaland is just a mistake for Manchester United. A guy that just scored 25 goals. Look at what he played this game now. He can't come and play with the team. Aguero do come to play with the team. Haaland will just sit up. He's waiting for the player to do his own magic.
Exactly.
By the time that they lock up the player, as a player can't to create your own magic. Guys, do you watch Master versus QPR?
Yes.
Final game.
Yeah.
Did you see how Aguero created that time for himself? He took the ball, gave it to
Haaland will never be in that position.
That's what I'm saying. No, Haaland will never do because he don't want to do. He's not a player. Can't he learn? He's not a just very young player. And that's what I'm saying. Haaland is a mistake. Must be signing Haaland. That's the only opinion.
Okay, this is the biggest I've heard today. Haaland is a mistake for Manchester City.
I think so too.
Okay.
Hello.
Good evening. Your name and location. Joyous evening to you. Let's have your take quickly, Joy.
Well, speaking to I don't like it too. Last year, when Liverpool was giving Man City points, why did not the dot points? This is Arsenal. We're not doing well. It doesn't mean that you come on the dot points. Last year, the other year too, just clean up to get 1 point. You know, those guys not the dot points. Well, for me, I don't think United in the game because they play well. United play well. I think Bournemouth will go. Southampton will go. But I don't know the third thing that will go.
Okay.
I think Nottingham Forest. I'll give Nottingham Forest first.
All right. Thank you very much for your take. Let's go to Facebook and take a couple of comments on Facebook. You can go to Milan 98.3 FM to drop your comment on Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook. So yes, I am Osas on Facebook says relegation team for 2022-2023 season, Leeds United, Everton and Southampton. Okay, thank you very much. Temi Dayoluwashe Ogunrombi says good job to you all. I hope Chelsea makes top 4 this season. May God bless you also. Thank you very much as well. Oladiti Abayomi Elijah Prosper on Facebook says watching and listening from Ibadan. Thank you very much, my brother. I am Osas also is here. Unamacho. Well done, guys. Continue the good work. We say thank you to you for that. Let's go to YouTube. Yes, we've got a couple of comments. Wow, YouTube. Okay. It's a full house. This one from Tomilore Oshikoya. Tomilore Oshikoya. Is there a way we can watch your match? Michael, we see to that. Yes. Odogun also. Not only for lie alone, I beg. Kayode Obisaya says good evening to you guys in the studio. I'm really enjoying this art tackle. Triple O is dishing out to Okpe and Tunde, and keep it up, please. We want to see the video clips of how you guys were beaten 7-2. Okay, thank you very much, my brother.
You will see the next victory. You will not see this one. You will not see our show.
It's actually me says evening guys. I beg make EPL leave my city alone. It's just obvious they are jealous of the success they have achieved. Chelsea should learn from this because I can bet that they are on the path already. Okay. Not so. I see your handwork. Leave Ola alone. Iroko Wenu says always nice to hear you guys. Thank you very much as well. Iroko Wenu. Ola, by the time you leave the studio, go and find Tiki Taka Master and do whatever you like. Let me take one more call. Yes, can I? Okay. No. We've got messages on WhatsApp as well. So let's take those messages. This one says good evening, Triple O, Okoyemi, Ola and Tunde Young. How will mainland win when Triple O have eaten 1,000 naira noodles? No wonder Chelsea they lose. Triple O cause up. Real Madrid are not in a good shape for now. Take it, Okoyemi. It's your turn now. Why are you putting rope on Ola's neck. Mike from Ikeja. Let them know there is prize if they win, because World Cup. Okay, because World will follow up. Okay, thank you very much for that message. Tikitaka, thank you very much for the reminder. I see you. This one says, okay, I've taken this one before now. The calls are interrupting with my messages. This one says, good evening, guys. Loving the show. May the God of soccer judge Real Madrid for me. They made me lose 750k. But I say now 750k you stake on your potential winning. By the way, I went on to say make them score, then no fit. Harvard Akinyode, your club did this to me. As for City,
you stake 100 naira, you want to use 7 million. You see?
As for City, they have enough money to get out of this mess. They are a big dog. They will be fine. What happened to Pontas Kana, Daniel from Maryland? Pontas Kana still there. We relax, we palash, we settle for you. Okay. This one says good evening Triple O. I'm Moses from Maryland. Enzo Fernandez is supposed to be scoring goals from the dressing room by now because of the amount Chelsea bought him. Thank you very much. Thank you, Atika. This one says good evening guys. Okoyemi, Madrid will still lose against Al Hilal. Triple O, please drag Okoyemi very well. He never likes anything about my Chelsea. Ryan from Agege. Okay, thank you very much, Ryan. The messages are still pouring, but we have to go, guys. We have to go on the show. We're back tomorrow. We're back tomorrow. I see messages via SMS as well. I mean, thank you for the love. There are just so many messages, even Facebook, so many. But we have to go, okay? So thank you guys for coming up. Thank you for tuning in to join the broadcast as well. Everyone out there, Facebook, YouTube, via the phone lines, everybody, we say big thank you to you. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Stay out of trouble. And Real Madrid to lose against Al Ahly on Wednesday at the FIFA Club World Cup. I keep saying it. Have a wonderful rest of the night.
Subanta.